And we're live! Season 2, Episode 13, Week 7 College Football Recap. This is Tyler's Talking Sports. We appreciate y'all coming in on this Monday morning. Hopefully everyone had a great night's rest and ready for the work week. If you're watching video on the other side of the mic, we have my brother from another mother,
What up?
Tyler Hess,
Go
and
Dogs.
myself, Tyler Castle. What we do here on Tyler's Talking Sports is we talk sports, baby. And right now, we got some good sports recap for you on college football from this past weekend.
We have football games this weekend?
We had all kinds of good games. We had extra innings, if you wanted to go into another sport. Overtime.
Baseball.
Overtime, man. Week 7
Hey.
in the books.
Just before we dive into that, now week 7 in the books. Congrats to the Yankees, man, making the ALCS. I know it's been a minute for you. Congrats to that.
Yeah, 2 years.
Congrats.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Yep.
Really appreciate that. Shout out to the Braves, too, for a great season. Season's over. But yeah, screw baseball. Let's talk some college football, okay? But first, before we get into college football, I want to stand with Appalachian Mountains. There's a lot of good groups around here. I've seen a lot of Facebook posts, Instagram, just a lot of supplies and everything getting brought down to Western North Carolina, down to Damascus, just all surrounding areas that were hit really hard with Helene. So, again, guys, if you have the opportunity to donate or do something for those people, I mean, these people lost everything. So if you have anything that you could just give to them, clothes, water, I mean, just stuff that you take for granted on a day-to-day basis, if you can.
Right now, I think this week it's going to be a little bit of a colder week. Got a cold front coming through. That's why we're going to get some of those storms coming through this week. They're looking for warm clothes, tents, sleeping bags, stuff to build like portable stoves, portable propane heaters, baby clothes to keep them warm, jackets, stuff like that. So any of that kind of stuff y'all got, guys, if you can, we can get with us. If you can't find somebody to donate it to, we'll help you find a location, get that donated to. I know Porch Talk and Cantrell Holdings, I think that was what their company was. They delivered a bunch of stuff to Asheville this past weekend, so that was great to see. So yeah, guys, if you got stuff and you just can't figure out where to take it, holler at us, message us personally or our Facebook page, and we'll get you in contact with people to get that stuff to the right people.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of cold weather, if you want to take care of your lawn before it gets too cold, I got Little's Lawn Care out here cutting grass.
Little's Lawn Care.
He's still cutting grass in October. I know most people go all the way up until November.
Good boy.
Cutting grass. The way we had this season, I think it's going to go all the way up until the end of October. This cold front might kill it off, but if not, no worries. This man does more than just mow your grass.
Yeah, he'll remove those leaves. Get rid of them.
He'll remove those leaves off
Clean
all them
those gutters.
trees. Who are we talking about, Hess?
This is Brandon Little. Brandon Little, he is Washington County, Tennessee, or Washington County, Virginia resident. He great guy. I've known him pretty much since Braxton's been born, for at least 10 years. Works hard. He'll treat you right, guys. If you're interested in any kind of lawn care work around your house, anything you may need done, this dude's a handy man. If you need him, want to get a free estimate on whatever the work is, contact him at 276-698-5104. And again, that number is 276-698-5104. And for some reason you can't remember that number, check it out. It's on our Facebook page. Or just go ahead and give us a message, and we'll give you the number. Brandon's a great guy. He does good work. I highly recommend him.
Cuts that grass.
Cuts that grass.
Man.
Does those zigzags.
Speaking of zigzags and cutting grass, let's get into Week 7.
Ooh, I like
college football on the grass, on the turf.
On the turf.
Man, before we dive into the big heavy hitters from this past weekend, let's start off with some local games here in Southwest Virginia.
Yeah,
we had some
man.
local colleges playing some big games. First wanted to start off with UVA Wise versus Anderson College.
Yeah.
This game was Wise's homecoming this past Saturday at 2 p.m. Wise unable to clinch a key victory. End up losing 20-13 to Anderson. Anderson's a tough little team from Texas.
Yeah.
Anderson had a strong third quarter, putting up 13 to Wise's 3. Take the lead and hold it till the end of the game.
I mean, that was kind of the script for every game this weekend. That third quarter was a big moment in almost every game this weekend. So, hate that for Wise on their homecoming.
Yeah, take top to bottom. I mean, Wise outgained Anderson 432 to 288 total yards.
Yeah.
So they pretty much dominated, but they did have some turnovers in that game. So I think that's probably where Anderson took advantage, capitalized off turnovers. Wise now falls to 2-3 and 1-2 in conference play. But I did want to give a shout out to the player of the game, in my opinion, running back DeJavis Dozier.
I like it.
I'm going to call him a bulldozer because that boy ran 15 carries and 145 yards.
My man.
Tearing it up on the ground.
I like that.
Love a running back, man.
Hey, is that a potential Tyler's Talking Sports local college player of the week?
Very well could be. I mean, 15 carries, 145 yards. That's getting it.
I like it as a freshman.
As a freshman, too. Yes, he's a
Yes,
freshman.
sir. Love it.
Freshman. Look ahead. Wise will now face Carson Newman this Saturday at Johnson City. So this game's at Carson Newman at 1 p.m. Should be a pretty good game.
At Johnson City.
Carson Newman.
Not Johnson City.
Where's Carson Newman?
Greenville.
Is it Greenville? Well, it says Johnson City when you look it up.
Let me check it out.
It's right in that area.
It is. It is in that area. Jefferson City. University of
Jefferson City.
Yes.
What did I say? Johnson City?
You did.
Well, I meant Jefferson City. Guys, Hess didn't correct me on my notes. He just saw at JC.
Yeah, boy. JC.
JC could be anywhere. Anyway, guys, this game is at Carson Newman. So y'all look it up. If y'all want to go, it's at Carson Newman.
Hey, I will say this. If you don't have nothing to do this weekend and you want to go to a really nice local college campus, I toured Carson Newman back in my day, and I was looking up it just now, looking at their football field. That is one of the nicest football complexes I've seen around in this entire area.
Carson Newman?
Yes, that is absolutely a beautiful football complex. Got like a brick wall around the outside and the inside on the sidelines.
Brick by brick, huh?
Oh, boy.
Brick by brick is what I heard there.
Yeah,
Next game on the docket, man. You give us this one.
Man, Emory and Henry. This is the Seth Stanley special right here.
Seth Stanley special. SSS.
Yeah, boy. Emory and Henry versus Tusculum. This game was at 2 p.m. yesterday, and I really hate that we wasn't there for this one because this game had everything I think you wanted in the game. Emory had a big fast start, went up 13-0 before Tusculum knew what hit them. Then, what'd they do after that?
They answered.
Tusculum answered. And, man, tied that game up. I think it ended up being 13-13.
They took the lead.
Yeah, they did. Okay, they took the lead in that one. And then, what do you know? Good teams win ball games. Great teams find a way to win, and that's what Emory and Henry did in this game right here. They kicked the field goal, took the lead. It was 21-18, 18. 21-18, kicked the field goal, go up 23-21. Tusculum got the ball back and said, not so fast. We're coming back. They went, kicked the game-winning field goal, and you know what? They played a little beamer ball. Down there at Emory and Henry. Blocked that field goal and won the football game. An incredible victory for the University of Emory and Henry, or University. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Emory Henry College.
No, it's University.
Is it University? Oh, yeah. They did that big thing with King University and all that junk, too.
But
Tusculum now is 0-5, so honestly, Emory should have won this game.
They should have. Hey, these two, they play each other every year. They know each other. They're familiar with each other. Hey, you're 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1.
Find a way to win.
Hey, speaking of 5-1, they now face Anderson, who we just talked about previously a little bit with Wise. This coming Saturday at 1 p.m. at Anderson. So this game's down in Texas.
Okay.
How you feel about that? Let's get. I know. We'll do a score prediction on Thursday.
Yeah.
So y'all make sure you tune in Thursday 6 a.m.
I mean, this is
how you feel?
Huge playoff implications in this. I mean, we're going to start talking playoffs in D2 here, and
playoffs.
This is huge for Emory and Henry, and I mean Anderson as well. If Emory can pull off the win here, and I mean considering the Anderson, nothing against Wise, but they only won by a touchdown against Wise. Emory and Henry comes down there and wins this game. This sets them up
6-1.
I think it
could be 6-1.
It puts them 6-1, but I think in 2 weeks they play UVA Wise, so it kind of gives them a little common opponent there to kind of see where each other stand compared to each other. Big game here, real big game for Emory and Henry.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to touch base on that one on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all tune into that for sure. We'll be giving these local predictions by then. ETSU. Speaking of local, ETSU.
Yeah, boy, had a big game
Sanford.
Sanford. Not at Sanford Stadium in Athens where Georgia plays. This is Sanford College.
Sanford College, yeah.
The Little Bulldog.
Ooh, the Little Bulldog. It's not Big Dogs at Pigeon Forge?
No.
They went out of business.
They did.
ETSU with a huge win, 31-28, and now improves to 4-3 on the season and 2-1 in conference play.
That's the huge thing right there. 2-1 in conference play. You're still alive for the conference.
Yeah, 2-1 in conference play. Yep. Bucks rallied in the fourth to win this one after trailing 21-28 going into the fourth.
Yep, the defense kind of shut them down.
Put up 10 unanswered to come out with a victory.
Yeah, boy.
You'd love to see it, man.
Our boy, I like to say it. Go on, Jalen. Do your thing. Jalen King with 3 touchdowns, but he did have 3 interceptions. But, hey, defense bailed him out on those turnovers. No big deal. He finished with 268 yards on 15 completions.
15 completions, yeah. Only threw. I don't know what he threw. It only told me 15 completions. So, I don't know how many times he threw. But, yeah, three touchdowns looks good. 3 interceptions. We got to clean that up.
You know what I'm going to say? Jalen King was 15 for 18 because I don't know how many he threw, so he's 15 for 18 with three interceptions. That was his only incompletions. That's how good Jalen is.
I love that. Do your thing, Jalen.
Yeah, and sorry for irritating your dogs in the background there. I know I said some stuff about some Bulldogs. Maybe that offended them. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, man.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Big dogs in the house.
But yeah, ETSU, they got a bye weekend coming up before they go on the road and face Wofford. They have struggled against Wofford over the last couple of years. This game is huge for conference play. If ETSU can pull that off, move to 3-1 in conference play, that'd be really big for them down the stretch.
Would be very big.
Yep.
You're just going to have to hang on a minute.
Yes, sir.
My dad is here, so or you just go through, skip the segment, we'll come back to that.
All right.
And then, you run through that top 25. I'll be right
back.
I
got you, big
I'm
dog.
going to put myself on mute, too. My dog's going crazy.
Yeah, boy, I made them mad, guys. Made them dogs mad. Me as a Bulldog, made them dogs real mad. I'm sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that at all. But, yeah, guys, let's move on here. We got the top 12. The AP poll came out, guys. AP poll. And we give you a rundown on the AP poll. Got not much changes as far as AP poll goes. We did have some weird stuff happen. I'm going to get Castle's take on one of these in particular. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of noise there in the background. But yeah, the AP poll came out. We have Texas still at number 1. Oregon jumps up to number 2. We'll explain how they did that. Penn State to 3. Ohio State falls to number 4. As you can guess, what happened in that game there, we probably had a little bit of a looks like Oregon probably won that game, considering that Oregon's now number 2. Moving down, we got Georgia still sitting at 5, Miami at 6. Alabama struggled against South Carolina and remained at 7. LSU joins the top 10 and moves to number 8. And then you have number 9, Iowa State, after a big win in Morgantown. That game was close for a minute, guys, and then Iowa State just pulled it off. Good team. They found a way to win that game, so that was big for them. After that, we have Clemson, number 10, holding strong at 10, 5-1. Only loss coming to Georgia in the first week 1. They're a completely different team than it was in week 1. Here was the shocker for me. I don't really understand. I mean, I guess I do. Tennessee struggled, looked like crap for most of that game till the fourth quarter, but they fell to 11th. So Tennessee dropped from, I think there was 8th and fell all the way to 11. Then below them, you got Notre Dame at 12, BYU at 13, Texas A&M at 14, Boise State and Gentry moving on up. Gentry tore it up again in that game. I think we covered that one here in a little bit. They're up to 15th. Indiana at 16 with they're still 6-0 on, by the way. So that's a Big Ten school right there. We got couple Big Ten schools that are undefeated still. So that's pretty telling right there. Then Kansas State, they went to 17th. Ole Miss 18th. Missouri moved up to 19th. Pittsburgh stayed put at 20. They're 6-0 as well in the ACC. SMU, another ACC school, 5-1. Illinois squeaked out, blew a 24-point lead to Purdue and won that game in overtime. They moved to 5-1. They're sitting at 22nd. But here's the big one. These next 2 out of these next 3 are huge, guys. For the first time since let me get the exact thing here for you so I don't mess it up. But the first time since 1960, Army and Navy are both ranked in your AP Top 25 poll at the same time. You have Army setting at 6-0 at 23rd, and then Michigan is at 24. They cracked the top 25 again at 4. They're 4-2, and now they're 24. Then Navy rounds out your top 25 at 5-0. Midshipmen and Army, man, are setting up for a huge matchup at the end of the year. If they can both pull off a win when they play Notre Dame, if they can pull off that upset and give Notre Dame 2 losses, which would pretty much end Notre Dame's season, that will be huge, and we're going to be following that big time. So I'm interested to see how all that plays out, the AP poll. Guys, give me your thoughts on the AP poll and what y'all think about that. Be sure you comment on our post on Facebook. Let us know what you think about the AP poll. I'm shocked. I'm shocked by what Tennessee dropping to 11. I don't see how you put them ahead of Clemson. Preferably, I mean, I guess because Clemson's only loss came to Georgia and Georgia's sitting at 5. I don't know. I don't see the big move by LSU moving up either. I mean, Ole Miss fell down after their loss to LSU on literally an overtime. They took Ole Miss to overtime. We're going to talk about that too. Just a lot of things happened there that I wasn't really expecting. But AP poll, guys, it's weird, but here in the next couple weeks, it ain't going to matter. It's going to matter about that college football playoff and how that's going. We go on down here before we talk about these heavy hitters, since Castle's dealing with some stuff in the background there. His dad's there is checking on some stuff for him. South Carolina played Bama, and Bama escaped in this game, guys. This was South Carolina led. They were at 14-0 for a while. Bama's struggling. That offense has not been playing well, but Bama escaped in this one. It's 20. They won 27-25, so that was a big win for Alabama, and another game that South Carolina probably should have pulled off, but they just wasn't able to pull it off. Notre Dame, they dominated Stanford 45-7. Penn State, overtime thriller. USC, they had this game. They won this game. This was all USC for a while, and then Penn State found a way to come back and win. USC missed the field goal in overtime by inches, and then Penn State kicked the field goal, and Penn State kicked the field goal and won that game 33-30. Then you had Iowa State, number 12 at WVU. Like I told you, WVU, they were there, man. They were in that game in the coal miner uniforms. They were our uniform of the week. It was good to see for them, but they just couldn't hold it off, and they ended up losing 28-16. Then late game, after all the excitement, you had Kansas State versus Colorado. This game was absolutely incredible, but again, Deion just cannot be a top 25 school. He's only beaten one. I think he's played 9. He's 1-9 overall versus top 25 school, and the only win he had was last year in that first game against TCU. Moving on down, you had Cal. Again, Cal has lost 3 ACC games by a combined 8 points. They played number 22 Pittsburgh. Just could not pull off the victory there. It was a great game. In Castle watched the end of that one together. Cal ended up winning 17-15. Vandy, still doing Vandy things. They ended up beating Kentucky 20-13. They beat Kentucky and scored more points against Kentucky than Georgia did. So what's that say about Vandy? And then at the bottom here, Appy State, guys, we're pulling for you. We're excited to get down there to Boone, see what's going on, but they just struggled. They fell to 2-4 on the season after losing 34-24 to the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. And Castle is back, guys. He's in the hizzo here. He's back. He had to go take care of some roofing stuff with his dad and make sure he got approval on how good that roof looked.
How's he know? I got the thumbs up. The roof looks good. So shout out to them.
No free shout outs though.
No free shout outs. What I missed, man?
I went over the AP poll, talked about it. I got a question for you about the AP poll before we leave that, and then I went down and just did the notable games to kind of explain the AP poll and what happened. Didn't cover any of the heavy hitters or anything like that. But my biggest takeaway from the AP poll that I was talking about, I kind of agree with most of it, but there's a part there that I don't agree with and I don't really understand. I can kind of justify it in my head, but Tennessee dropping to 11 after a home, I guess maybe because it was a home game and they struggled so much against Florida, and Florida's been so bad. But I just don't see them, my personal opinion, I don't take them out of the top. If you're going to drop them, put them at 10, but I don't see 11. So I just want to see what you're taking.
I think that's some shade. I really do. I think that's a lot of shade, honestly. But I think it comes back to where they played terrible against Arkansas. They looked terrible second half against Oklahoma. Weeks? No, 3 weeks. 4 weeks, really. So I think that's where it's playing into that role of them dropping 3. My thinking on that is, though, you don't move Bama. Bama loses to Vandy. Should have lost South Carolina. You could put them in the same boat as Tennessee last night or Saturday night, and they stay the exact same. Yeah. So what's the difference there? I mean, Tennessee and Bama play this upcoming weekend. Shouldn't you want a top 10 matchup for? I don't know. I see Tennessee dropping 1 spot or 2 spots or staying dead even. Honestly.
I think the reasoning is I'm digging deep here for this to kind of justify maybe why Bama didn't drop. It's because they lost close to Vandy, and then Vandy went to Kentucky, and what number 5 Georgia did against Kentucky, Vandy looked like a better program than number 5 Georgia. So maybe that justifies makes the loss look a little bit better than
but you struggling against. Both teams 5-1,
but you're struggling against Florida, who has been atrocious, and they had their backup quarterback in for most of the second half when Mertz got hurt. Last I heard, I think they're doing an MRI, but the signs are proving that Mertz probably has a season-ending knee injury. Non-contact there. But, yeah, man, AP poll, I also talked about Army, Navy being in the AP poll together for the first time since 1960. So that's pretty awesome to see.
About the year Hess was born.
Yep, about the year I was born, man. So, yeah, I talked about that and talked about how LSU joined the top 10 and
right.
The others.
So.
Yep, that was a big game too. But, yeah, let's get into the heavy hitters, man. Oh,
man. Let's do a segment.
Yeah, we got a segment brought to you by Next Level Fitness Club, guys. If you don't know anything about them, it's an incredible gym. They're located here in Lebanon. They have open 24/7. They have tanning beds. They have classes. They have full body fitness workouts. They have trainers
galore.
man, they got everything. They got great ownership. They take care of their members. They're really good to work with. It's an incredible place to go work out. I go there every morning, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends. Sometimes I don't make it up in the weekend because I like my weekends. But it's done a lot for me. My weight loss journey, I'm down 23 pounds as of this morning. So it's been great getting in the gym. Thanks to Next Level Fitness Club for allowing me to go there and work on my health.
Hey, man, it is a good place. I like going there myself.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Would you rather?
Yeah. This segment is brought to you by Next Level Fitness Club.
Would you rather? I'm going with life tonight, or to this morning. Sorry. I don't know what time it is, guys. I'm going with life.
Okay.
Would you rather have a rewind button for your life or a pause button?
Ooh.
That's a good question, ain't it?
Give me a rewind. Do I get to know, if I rewind, do I know what I know now?
You'd rather have a rewind button for your life. Now, that's not clarified in this would you rather. So you would just, the way I view this question, a rewind button of your life. So that means you can go back anytime up until this point to a moment in the past
and start over.
What's a rewind button? So yeah,
you
get to do it all again. If you can go back and change anything, yep, you know what you know.
Oh yeah.
Go back and change anything, or a pause button to where you're at right now in life and you get to pause it. Everything stays the same.
But I wouldn't go back any farther than I did with so nothing would change the fact that I got my two amazing kids. I wouldn't do anything to change that. If I could go back,
glad you clarified, because that's exactly what all of us were thinking.
Yeah,
that you were just a terrible person.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would make sure, if possible, that if I went back far enough, I didn't change any trajectory to have two amazing kids, Braxton and Blakely. So I wouldn't do anything to change that. But there would be some things in my younger days I probably would have changed that may have set me up a little bit different. But I wouldn't have changed the fact that I got two great kids.
I take the pause button myself. I like where I'm at in life. Everybody's healthy, kids healthy, family's healthy, mom, dad here, healthy. I just take a pause button.
How long are you gonna pause?
I don't know, man. Just take a pause. But see, the pause button you can use any time. It's a pause button.
What if I go back? What if I rewind and then I do something and I'm like, I'll rewind again, do it again.
Nah, you're stretching the rule.
Different possibilities.
You're stretching the would you rather.
I'm just saying. Maybe what if I went back and rewound and then did it for 5 years and
you pause in this moment, or you rewind back and start over.
But can I continue to rewind?
No.
What if I did?
It's not like a genie in a bottle wish. Give me 3 wishes, and the last wish, give me 3 more wishes. It's not like that.
Click, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a rewind button, go back, change a few things, or a pause button, take in the moments. Y'all let us know what you thought about that segment. Do y'all like the life? Y'all like the life ones, or you want the sports ones?
I got a question for you.
Oh, God. All right. Let's hear it.
Florida Gators.
Ugh.
Versus Tennessee. They played each other 54 times.
Okay.
How many of those times were in a bowl game? One time. The Gator Bowl.
Gator Bowl. 1960-something. 68?
Yep, 1967.
67.
Florida won 14-13.
Man, I remember that game like yesterday.
Yeah, that was a big one. We were there.
Yeah, I was there in
spirit. That was back when we were...
did my rewind button. I went back.
We were Charles and Robert talking sports then.
Charles and Roberto.
All right, man. We had a great week 7, guys. I mean, we're excited to cover these right here. Me and Castle ended up watching the nightcap together. It was electric together, but we had some early games that we didn't get to watch together. We had a game on Friday night.
Yeah.
So let's hear it.
Arizona State.
Yeah, boy.
Sun Devils.
Yeah, boy.
Versus number 16, Utah Utes.
The Utes.
This game was at 10:30 p.m., late night kickoff. I did watch some of this. Utah.
Yeah, boy.
We called it. They failed. 27-19. Yeah. We told y'all as well, if you listen. Hopefully y'all listening in before these games.
Yeah.
Hess and I are pretty close on these.
And we don't miss
it. It's a 50-50 split on prediction.
Ohio State, Oregon.
And it was close all the way through. But Arizona found a way to win it in the 4th.
Yeah, they did. They pulled away in the 4th.
Arizona State improves to 5-1 on the year, and Utah falls to 4-2. What's this mean for Utah, Hess?
I mean, this is it's a big loss for them. I mean, this hurts them in Big 12 play. This gives Iowa State the driver's seat, and them and Kansas State have got the driver's seat now, I believe, in this one. Utah just, I don't know. Their defense isn't what we're used to seeing out of Utah. I mean, granted, they only gave up 27 points here, but, I mean, the offense is just not doing anything. Cam Rising has been up and down all year. He's been hurt, which is becoming typical for Cam Rising, which I hate to say that because this dude, when he's 100%, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Just can't stay healthy. And he wasn't great in this game. He was 16 for 37 for 209 yards, and he had 3 interceptions. So that killed him.
Yeah, that did kill him. Can't have turnovers like that.
Yeah, can't.
And you can tell the time off with injuries and everything did not help. Arizona State, though, give them credit that they're a tough team. We said that going into this, that this game could be Arizona State's game and time for Utah to lose because Hess and I usually pick Utah because Utah's defense is incredible, but they just didn't show up this game. And it's hard to come back from turnovers, too.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, Arizona State's a hard place to play, especially on Friday night. Those kids had nothing to do. That's the number 1 party school in the country. I'm sure that place was rowdy.
I bet it was very rowdy. Speaking of rowdy, how about the player of the game?
About that player of the game?
Cameron Scatabo. Skater boy. 22 carries, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties.
2 tutties.
Yeah,
Man,
boy.
Tore it up.
Way to put the team on your back. Running backs did some things this weekend.
Did some things.
Yeah,
they running all over the place.
Yeah, we got to look ahead here, though. You got Utah. They got TCU coming in, and another team that we expect to be in the top 25 year in and year out, and they're struggling this year. This game's Saturday, late kick, 10:30. My guess, since it's the 10:30 p.m. kick, this is in Utah.
I think it is Utah.
So that'll be interesting. And then Arizona State will face Cincinnati at noon.
At noon this Saturday.
So that game will be in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be
tough
interesting.
Game.
Yeah, be a tough game.
Cincy's tough.
Cincy's tough place to play.
Man, got some matchups this week.
Old Bearcats. All right, man. First time ever in SEC history. Red River rivalry.
Hey, look at you.
Look at me. Oklahoma versus number 1 Texas, and Quinn Ewers came back in this game. No Arch Manning in this game. What do you think, man? What was your takes on this one?
Wasn't even a game. Texas dominated. Cruised to 6-0 after beating Oklahoma 34-3. This game was terrible.
Yeah.
After this series, so after Saturday's game, Texas now leads the series with a 64-51-5 overall record.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, man. Texas. They definitely
dominant.
covered. They were a 19-point favorite. They definitely covered.
I mean, I'll go as far as say this.
Right.
This is, I mean, I know Texas got a big matchup coming up this weekend, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the best football team we have seen in college football in the last 7 years.
They're good.
They're great on defense. They're great on offense. They don't make mistakes. If they get hurt, they do have a next man up mentality. I mean,
they're good. They're deep.
They're sound.
They're very, very sound.
Yes.
Very, very not non-bland QB play out there.
Yes, very non-bland. Yeah.
Yeah, he stepped up, didn't miss a beat. 20 for 29, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
I will say this. I did not like the fact that the Texas fans, at the beginning of the game, the first drive, I don't know if it was his first pass, but it was the very first drive of the game, Ewers threw an interception. Yep. They were already screaming for Arch Manning.
Yeah, a little early. You lean on Ewers, man. He's your guy.
Ewers has been there. Ewers was in the Heisman hunt till he's hunt.
Ewers is your guy.
He's been there.
He had 9 incompletions. Chill out.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, on the other hand, don't have a quarterback. They leaned on Michael Hawkins Jr. at the helm.
Super athlete.
Don't know what's going on there with Jackson Darnold. Don't have a clue.
I mean, if you look back at the Tennessee game with Jackson, it's just like he's at the playbook. He looks a little scatterbrained. He's young, freshman.
Yeah, he's
Give
freshman.
him time.
He had 19 for 30, 148 yards. We're seeing a common theme, though, with quarterbacks and running backs against this Texas defense.
Yeah.
They held Oklahoma to 89 rushing yards and only 237 passing yards.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, boy.
My question to you, Hess, Texas the real deal?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is this the real UT?
Yes.
I have to agree. I think so as well this year. I think, like you said, I think they're the real deal. We'll definitely see this coming Saturday.
Yes, sir.
They face Georgia.
Yeah, they do. Big game.
This game's at Texas.
Yeah, in DKR.
Game day's going to be there.
Night game,
7:30 p.m.
Going to be
in Texas.
Unreal environment. I'll go out on a limb and say this is going to be the toughest environment Kirby Smart's played in.
Ever.
Yeah.
I'd say ever, yeah. I mean, Texas is not an easy place to play.
This is going to be a tough environment.
I'm excited for this one.
I
cannot wait for Thursday, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Oklahoma.
They go on the road here. They got South Carolina.
This Saturday, 12:45, weird time.
Yeah, that's probably Oklahoma kick then. Probably 11. It's probably 11:45 p.m. So it's probably Central Time. So
noon.
Yeah, it's probably at Oklahoma.
Yeah, little. No, it is Oklahoma. You're right.
Yeah.
South Carolina travels.
Yep. So yeah, I mean South Carolina coming in this game
could be a good game. Sellers look good.
I mean South Carolina is one of them teams though. I mean they're 1 or 2 plays away from being a one-loss program, if not undefeated. So, I mean, Oklahoma better buckle up because South Carolina's coming, and they might just win this game big too.
Yeah, South Carolina is coming. They're humming and coming.
They're humming and coming. Another great game, man. God, what a great weekend we had. I hope nobody had no weddings or anything to go to this weekend because y'all missed out on some incredible games.
I tell you. Yes. This was great. This was a great game. Number 9, Ole Miss.
Yes.
Versus number 13, LSU, 7:30 p.m. kickoff in Death Valley.
Hey, boy.
Overtime thriller. How to know?
Another
LSU holds on to win 29-26.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly can win the big games, Hess. He just proved it.
Yep. Took him time.
LSU improves to 5-1 on the season. Ole Miss falls to 5-2.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think this is what I was kind of saying at the beginning of the season. Ole Miss, they're kind of like Missouri. They're used to playing when nobody's noticing them, and all the pressure was on Lane Kiffin. A lot of chatter about him maybe going to Florida. You had him being, the big-time coach, a lot of talent, all the stuff they did in transfer portal. And, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think this was a team mistake or a team loss. This was a coaching loss. There was some bad play calls there, especially at the end of the game. Some bad clock management. But I feel like Lane's track record, this is him. We're getting late into the season. The pressure's on to win these big games, and they had this game. There was a point they were up 10.
They were up 10 at one point, yeah.
And, I mean, with the team that they got, you should be able to hold that. And they didn't. They went into overtime. They got held. I think either they kicked a field goal.
They kicked a field goal.
They kicked a field goal, and then one play later, LSU scores a touchdown.
Yeah, LSU, one play, beautiful. Yeah. Nussmeier looked very improved again. Yeah. He did have 2 interceptions, but he was 22 for 51. He threw 51 at times. This is a passing offense.
That's my biggest takeaway, though, from this LSU team. If you go back to the ones when they were great, they've always had a great running back. I mean, back when they had Leonard Fournette, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. When they had Burrow, they had Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Back when they won their last national title, they had Fournette. I mean, LSU.
They're not a run team.
They don't have a running back. I mean,
not this year.
I mean, Nussmeier's playing great.
Passing team.
Nussmeier is probably in your Heisman talks. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be one of the 4, but he's there. But they need a run game, and you can't win every game in the SEC just by being one-dimensional.
Nussmeier leads SEC in passing, right?
I believe he does now.
Yeah, he should. I mean, you're throwing 51 times in a game. Yeah. Not many other SEC teams are doing that at all. Right. Dart, another sound game for him too. 24 for 42, 284 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Yep. We done touched on the overtime play. That was an incredible play call there. Great throw, great execution. He anticipated where he was going to be. I mean, it was perfect execution. Big win for the Tigers. Mm-hmm. Look ahead, they do face a tout Arkansas team. I think that game's at Arkansas.
I believe it is.
7 p.m. this Saturday.
That game sometimes is played in Dallas at the Cowboys Stadium. So I don't know. I'm not saying it is there. I just know in years past they played it there. But
I know LSU. Don't take my word. But when I was doing my research, I'm pretty sure LSU is away.
I'll look to see where the stadium. See if it's neutral site. It shouldn't be this late in the season though.
Ole Miss, while Hess is doing that, Ole Miss does get a bye week before facing Oklahoma. Much needed bye week, in my opinion. You just come off a loss in Death Valley. Should have had that game. Kind of looked like the Kentucky game. Should have won that game too. Honestly, right now, Ole Miss should be 7-0.
It is in Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville.
Okay, so it is Arkansas. Nice. Yes. That's going to be a tough one for LSU. Don't sleep on that one.
Nussmeier has 1,989 yards passing.
Oh, okay. He's behind Dart then. Dart's over 2,000.
So what I'm seeing here, Carson Beck's got 1,800. Ooh, Brock Vandergrift's only got 951 for Kentucky. I guess Ole Miss is on a bye week this upcoming week.
They are. Yep. That's what I just said. They got
gotcha.
Bye week and then Oklahoma.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Man, SEC. Tough.
SEC.
Week in, week out.
Yep.
Tough.
Yes, it is.
But, man, let's move away from SEC for a second.
Let's move away.
Let's go to where game day was at.
Where was game day?
I think it's at Oregon.
Oh, the Ducks.
The Ducks versus Ohio State.
Yeah, they were trying to crack a nut up there and fell a little short.
Trying to crack a nut.
Not really.
They didn't crack it. Couldn't crack that nut.
Couldn't crack it.
Another crazy game.
Yes, it was.
Wild Oregon game. Finds a way to win.
In
my opinion, this is the biggest win in Dan Lanning's career.
Yeah, absolutely.
32-31 over the Buckeyes. Incredible game. Will Howard had an excellent game. Can't say anything bad about him, minus the slide attempt as time expired.
I want to, before you go on right there, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Dan Lanning, he may have forced the NCAA's hand to change a rule coming into this next week. What he did on that last drive was absolutely the most genius thing I've ever seen. He forced a 10-second runoff because they had no timeouts by putting 12 men on the field and taking a 5-yard penalty to keep Ohio State from running the play, but they didn't have a timeout, so it was a 10-second runoff, which only gave Ohio State 6 seconds left on that last play.
Genius.
Yep.
Genius. That's why he gets paid the big bucks, folks.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of Will Howard, though, he was 28-35, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. Excellent game. Can't say anything bad. I put Will Howard still in the Heisman race, even though they lost. But he's looked great all year. Jeremiah Smith, dog. 9 receptions. Yep, 17 years old, 9 receptions, 100 yards, 1 touchdown, so another 100-yard reception game for him.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Gabriel, still in the top 3 Heisman picks, in my opinion. 23 for 34, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evan Stewart is his guy, 7 receptions, 149 yards, 1 touchdown. And I'm pretty sure, what's his face? Jordan
James.
Jordan James, thank you. I had it backwards. He rushed for over 100 yards again this game as well. My question to you, Hess, Oregon for real? For real.
Yeah, they're for real. They are for real.
They're for real.
Yes, sir.
I think they are too.
They're pretty sound. Well,
but I could turn this. Is Ohio State overrated?
Not at all.
No, they're way too loaded. That was just a great game.
I
think Oregon loses that game if they's at Ohio State.
They play each other 10 times in a row at the game split 5-5.
I'd say so. I'd say you're right. That was great. Excellent football.
Absolutely.
Both teams left it all on the field. Can't say anything bad. Again, Will Howard, you can't. If you're an Ohio State fan, you can't be mad at him, dude.
To all those Michigan fans out there laughing Ohio State lost,
y'all
need
to be ready.
Y'all need to be ready.
Be ready.
Yeah, boy.
Be ready to take it later in the season.
Yeah, boy.
Dave Portnoy, that's hilarious. I sent you a video on X.
You did.
Yeah,
I hope God.
I died laughing, dude. It's funny how he's laughing.
It was.
A look ahead. Oregon faces.
Before you talk about anymore,
okay.
Dave Portnoy. You know why he don't take the crown off?
Because they won the Natty? I don't know.
Yeah, they won the Natty, and he says until somebody decides to beat him, that he's still the king of college football.
Dude, that cracked me up.
Yeah.
Cracked me up. Look ahead. Oregon does face Purdue. Purdue almost upset Illinois.
That was Illinois taking the foot off the gas.
Okay, I hope so. Yeah. So Hess is saying take Ducks in this one this Friday.
Yeah, unless Purdue decides to throw a little bit more coal in that Boilermaker, I don't see them doing much again this game.
A little bit more coal in there.
Yeah.
Man, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Friday night.
Yeah, this Friday. Good game right there.
At Purdue.
Yeah, Ohio State gets a bye, much needed, before a tough Nebraska team.
Yeah, boy.
That's going to be interesting.
Nope.
That game's at Ohio State, though. Nebraska's still not ranked, man.
Nope.
Throwing shade out there.
Yep. Big game. That's a bigger game for Nebraska than it is Ohio State.
Yeah, hands down. Big time. Yeah. Big time. Man, back to the SEC.
Yep.
I saved this one last on the docket.
You need me to get my checkerboard?
Yeah, go get your checkerboard, man. Nah, this game was chess. Florida versus number 8 Tennessee. This game was Checker Neyland if you watched it. How about this rivalry?
I mean, man, it's good. I mean, it lives up to it every year, no matter who's good, who's bad. There's only been a couple games where it's been just a beatdown. But, yeah, this game was fun to watch. We watched this one together. You were going through it?
Yeah, it was tough. Being a Tennessee fan is it's up and down all the time. Throughout the entire game, there's never just a moment where I'm like, all right, Tennessee's got this. I haven't had that long time. 2 years ago, maybe a couple games that I'd be like, okay, they have this one. Yeah. But that kind of came through and went away very quickly. Mm-hmm. Florida's had the advantage the past 20 years, so it feels good to see the Vols get the win. This is their first time, by the way, in consecutive years at home. So, of course, 2022, 2024, that they've won consecutive years at home since 1990 and 1992.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that tells you how tough it is being a Vols fan sometimes. Yeah. Vols escape overtime thriller, another overtime game, 23-17, and improved to 5-1. Gators fall to 3-3. What's your thought about that on the Gators 3-3? How are we feeling about old Napier?
I think if Mertz don't get hurt, they win this game. I think Lagway looked a little skittish there. There was 3 drives there where they went 3 and out in his first 3 drives. They
threw a pick too.
Threw his pick on the very first drive. when he came in after Mertz got hurt. I think Mertz stays in this game. I think you're looking at a 4-2 Florida and a 5-2 Vols.
Be 4-2.
But yeah, sorry, 4-2 because you wouldn't have won. But just as far as Billy Napier, I think he's doing he's doing enough right now to save his job because now they're starting to play good football.
Yeah.
They're showing that they're competitive. They're not getting blowed out. So is it still hot? I would say he's not a burning seat anymore, but it's still boiling a little bit.
A little lukewarm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Back to Tennessee. Nico still looks uncomfortable. The playbook did not open up any, really. We did try for some deep passes. He's over 4 on the deep ball. So you got to get that dialed in a little bit better. My question to that was 2022 a magical one-and-done season?
I've stood on that mountain for the last little bit. I mean, you went back and forth. I think the 2022 season, just the stars aligned perfectly there.
Yeah.
Just based off what I'm seeing now.
Right.
Now, granted, y'all might run a table, beat Bama, beat Georgia, and then we know who gives a crap about this Florida game in these last couple of weeks. So who knows? But as of right now, yes, 2022 was just a magical season with the planets and the stars aligned, and y'all did it that year.
Yeah, it was a good season.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can prove me wrong because right now I'm thinking it was an outlier as well.
Well, their key the rest of the season needs to be feeding that monster and Dylan Sampson.
Dylan Sampson is a man.
Yeah.
27 carries, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's the leader of this offense, leader of the team, in my opinion. Without him, you do not win this game. Without our defense, you do not win this game.
Right. Force some turnovers,
defense,
big hits.
It's really weird for me as a Tennessee fan. I'm sure it is for other ones as well. We're used to Heupel offense, so he's used to putting up big numbers on the scoreboard.
But hey,
and now it's Heupel defense.
It was just like Heupel said, though. Was it like week 2? He said Tennessee is founded on great defense, and that's what this team's going to be about.
But you need a complementary offense as well.
Yeah, well,
we'll get
defense
there.
wins championships, though.
We'll get there, guys. Just hang in there. Nico wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great. He's 16 26, 169 yards, 1 interception.
Yeah,
getting there. Yeah.
He's keep that ball tight when he's running, though. He's scrambling. He's got that ball hanging out.
He's a little loose with that ball. I'm worried he's going to get injured, too, as many hits as he takes. So he just needs to...
He needs to take a page out of Will Howard's book and learn to slide.
Yeah, learn to slide every now and then. Yeah, he takes the hits, man.
I haven't seen him slide all year.
Very little.
Yeah.
He'll slide forward, like dive forward.
Yeah. That's looking for concussion waiting to happen there.
Yeah,
man.
We can't have that, man. If that happens, we're done.
Yeah.
But a look ahead, Tennessee does play RTR. Because that's all I know. Roll Tide Roll.
Blitz, Bama, Blitz.
Third Saturday in October. That's the tradition. It's this Saturday in Neyland at 3:30 p.m. This is the first time DeBoer enters. The last time they were at Neyland, they did have that was a crazy game. Hopefully everyone remembers that one. Tennessee kicked the field goal to win. Man, we're going to give that score prediction Thursday, so make sure y'all tune in on that. I'm excited to do that one. But yeah, Florida.
Yep.
They have the Kentucky Wildcats this Saturday at 7:45 p.m. Should be a great game.
Should be. Hey, Kentucky's in that same boat with you all against Florida.
They really are.
They've only beat Florida one time.
This game's at the Swamp.
And that was the last time they beat them.
Yeah.
And that was the first time they beat them in 40 years. So this is huge. This is a huge game for Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that too. Another great weekend of football ahead.
Just
I cannot wait.
Back to the Billy Napier thing. I'll even say this. They lose this game to Kentucky. I don't know if he makes it throughout the rest of the season. You lose to Tennessee, you lose to Kentucky. That's not Florida football.
Now, Florida has had they have the toughest schedule in college football.
They did.
I will say that.
Yes.
So, Florida fans, keep that in mind. You did come to play Neyland. I mean, you came to play Knoxville. They gave 110.
Yeah.
Can't say they didn't. They should have won that game. Should have been up 17-20 to 0 at half.
Oh, seriously. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
were they in the red zone 4 times and came away with 3 points in the first half?
Yeah. That's just killer defense, too, though. Hats off Tennessee defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great game.
Yeah, man. I already went through the notables.
You already went through the notables?
Yeah, any of those notable games you want to go over real fast, say something about them?
West Virginia, sick jerseys. Just couldn't put it on the field.
Nope.
Penn State, not as good as I thought.
I told you that, man. Not as
good as I thought. Granted, they was playing at USC, so it's on the road, so that's a tough game. But
it was. I mean, they had to fly out west, and they had they had to drive 3 hours out of Penn State to find the plane that would actually take them straight to LA, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah. That's really the only 2 I want to touch on. Bama escapes. They should have lost.
Just right now, feeling it out. I know we're going to make our pick later on this week. How you feeling going into Bama? Or Bama coming to you all but going into that game?
I feel good. I feel ready.
Okay.
I
Feeling
mean,
ready.
I think our defense is going to be a problem for Milrow.
Okay.
It's
I
going
like
to be,
that.
in my opinion, this will be the best defense he's faced.
I like it.
Now, the question mark, of course, I'm circling it because it's not been there for 6 weeks. Not 6 weeks, but 4 weeks. Tennessee's offense. Can we move the ball on or Alabama's defense? I'm all tongue tied, God.
Yeah. You see, he's already nervous, guys.
Already nervous.
Bam already got him rattled.
I just really want to win this game, man.
Yeah. I get it, man.
So we'll see, man. I'm not giving my score prediction just yet. I do think it'll be a close game. It's normally these two teams play sound great football. It should be a great game.
I want to ask this question before we jump into college pick'ems, or as we need to call it, the Trey Bunn pick'em. Vandy, they for real?
Vandy is for real. Hess called it at the beginning of the year on our season here on Tyler Talking Sports. Hess said Vandy was a real deal. I laughed because I'm a Tennessee fan, and Vandy hasn't been good in 50 years.
Yeah.
So, Vandy is good as long as Pavier can stay healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
If he stays healthy, he is Patrick Mahomes 2.0, Johnny Manziel 2.0 for Vandy.
Yeah, definitely. I like the Johnny Manziel comparison for sure.
Yeah, he's Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Johnny football meets Diego football in Vandy.
Yeah,
Those docs know how to play.
All right, man. Back to the college pick'em, as we call it. The Trey Bunn, he's still leading. But I'll say this, he's only got a 3-game lead on old Jacob Compton at Castle Stinks. He closed in on him a little bit this week. Then we got Uncle Rico, and then King Ra, then the long shot picks, then Heels, Krista Hess, Tyler Castle, and then I'm sitting at 29-40.
Oof.
Yeah.
Did I jump you?
Yeah, you're 29-30. I'm 29.
Bro, I missed an entire week.
We got the same amount of. We're exactly right. I'm 29-40. You're 29-30. But I missed every game last week.
Right. I'm saying if I'd not missed that first week, you've been screwed.
Yeah. And then Maliava.
Maliava.
19-20, and then the last 3 haven't done a pick in forever, so I ain't going to mention them. So, yeah. Trey Bunn. Looks like he's going to get that $50 unless
$50 for whatever you want.
But you know what's helped him out? He's got to pick Ohio State every week. But he didn't get it right this week, though. That's how Jacob got a game on him.
He Ohio State fan?
Yeah. Trey's been a big Ohio State fan.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Dedicated.
He's been an Ohio State fan since I've known him, and that goes all the way back to like 6th, 7th grade. So
I like it. A true one.
Yeah.
I like it, man. That's me. I'm a bandwagon with Tennessee.
Hey, I'm happy to see you're not retiring from Tyler Talking Sports.
Yeah, I'm not retiring. I announced if y'all watched the live, or live clip rather, it wasn't actual live. I did announce that I was going to retire if Tennessee lost. Now, of course, I'm not going to leave Tyler's Talking Sports if my team loses. I will just burn everything behind me, as you can see in the picture. So all that would be gone. All that would be taken down. I would burn this hat. I would have probably just lost it. No,
I will say this is
ball for life till I die.
I do want to
till I die, Hess.
I do want to thank everybody that shared and liked that halftime report. It hit 1.1K views.
Ooh,
yeah,
in the K's.
Yeah, boy. So that was good. Good to see. We haven't had a reel do that well on Facebook in a long time, so that's good to see.
That was good to see.
So if you guys like the halftime reports on games me and him are watching, we'll continue to do. We'll keep that going. I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me up yesterday, man. It was great.
Had a blast.
Had a Castle special pizza from Pizza Town. No shout out, no free shout out.
In case you're wondering, I do want to tell them what's on it.
Oh, yeah,
chicken, cheese, barbecue sauce, crust. Cooked.
Oh, it's cooked?
Delicious.
It is. It's great. I'm going to tell you one thing I'd add to it.
Anchovies?
Nope.
Oh.
Red onions.
Red onions would be good. I was going to say possibly you could add either banana pepper.
Or jalapeno.
Or black olives.
I'm not a big black olive guy. Not a big black olive guy.
I think banana peppers be solid. I might have to do that.
Do the red onion and
are you a pineapple kind of guy?
Oh yeah, your dad made me a pineapple guy back in our young days.
I think you could put pineapple on that. I might have to do that.
That might be good.
I think I'm gonna switch it up.
The Hawaiian barbecue.
I want a barbecue pizza with pineapple.
Yes, let's do it. We're gonna
do that.
We're gonna do it.
No free shout outs.
Yeah, no free shout outs. Unless they want to decide to be a paying sponsor to Tyler Talking Sports.
Like Mr. Little.
Like Mr. Little and Next Level Fitness Club. Yes. But yeah, guys, we appreciate you guys coming by. I hope y'all have an absolutely wonderful Monday. Strive to be a better person this week. Be safe. It's going to be a little cold here in Southwest Virginia this week, so get those hoodies out. It's hoodie weather.
Obviously.
Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it.
You done?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. You out? All right. Fine. Be sure, guys, you follow us on all of our social medias. Like everything. Subscribe. Shout out to Fresh Off the Clock, Porch Talk, Tailgate Talk with the Boys.
All of them.
All of them. Appreciate it, guys. Castle, I'm out, man.
Much love.
See you, bud.
Adios.
Bye. I love you.
Love.
Bye.
Love.
Bye.